guys, welcome to today's video. This is my second annual Every Book I Read, and this year is for 2025. So we are going to tell you the ratings from Goodreads from my iPad and show you every single book that I read this year, and I'm so excited. I've had such a great year with reading. Yeah, let's get right into it. So first, I finished the main trilogy of Caraval. I rated this book 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I really like Stephanie Garber's writing. I think she's a genius at her craft, and I hope she never stops. And I really want to read Alchemy of Secrets this year. So next, I read the novella Spectacular. I mean, what can I say? It's really cute, and the art in it, it's so cute. I love when novellas have like art in them because they're just so cute. Next, I read The Book Thief. I actually started this in 2024, like the end of it, but I finished it at the beginning of 2025. And I gave this 3 stars, not because it was bad. I just don't think I should have been reading it when, like, I don't think I should have been reading it then because I'm not the reader I am now. I think the ending is so sad. And I think I might pick up this book again in a few years and see the differences. So that's that. And then I read Once Upon a Broken Heart. This was 4.5 stars. I love Evangeline. I love Jax. I loved seeing Jax from the Caraval trilogy into these books. And then, oh my gosh, what Evangeline goes through is crazy. Like, my queen. Like, I love her. And I just love her. And I love this series. It's so whimsical. It's so magical. It's just perfect. And it's so, like, it's so gorgeous to memorize. Think of. Okay, this one was also 4.5. I know. Some people, it's like a 6-star book, and I'm not gonna lie. The end of this book is one of the craziest, like, concepts. Like, how she thought of this is actually insane, because this book is crazy good. And the romance is, like, top tier, so. And if you've seen fan art for the, like, end of that book, it's criminal. Wow, sticking with the theme, I read A Curse for True Love. I read this one 4 stars. I still think it was really good. I don't know what I didn't like about it, because they've all weaved into one book in my head, so I don't really know what's what, besides the fact of what happens at the beginning and end of this book. The middle, I kind of forget, but I enjoyed my time, clearly, because I rated 4 stars. Next, I read Beach Read by Emily Henry. I saw Haley Pham rave about this book for so long, and I finally picked it up. This was my second Emily Henry book, I think. And I rated 4 stars. I think I wanted to like it more than I did, but I didn't connect to the characters as much as I wanted to. But I understand why people do. And it was really well written. Next, I read Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This book, when I first read it, I was like, okay, 4 stars. So, actually, that's criminal. This is now 5 stars. After about a month later, I just did not stop thinking about it, and I wanted to continue the series. Continue. And I'm really glad I didn't until literally today. I finished Keeping 13. It was my first book of 2026. I know, I already finished one. But it just, like, this series I know is going to destroy me. And so now it's 5. But, like, I'm really glad I didn't finish the series last year, because I don't think I would have connected to them as deeply. But after reading Keeping 13, I went back and, like, reread scenes from this one, and I literally was like, oh, so this actually is 5 stars. I was actually crazy. Then I read Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. In my head, this was my first 5-star of the year because technically I changed that rating. So this was like actually my first 5-star. Like right off the bat, it was just like I didn't stop thinking about it. It is so sweet. It is so wholesome. Like so wholesome. Like I was on vacation and I knew I was going to the mall with my friends. And they were all like getting clothes and stuff. And all I knew is there was a Barnes & Noble in there. And guess what? I only spent money at said Barnes & Noble. And I bought just this book. And I read it in, I think, 2 days. And it is so good. I love this book. I'm so excited to read more by her. She's amazing. Then I read Better Than Revenge by Casey West. I love her. She is the sweetest. I've DM'd her a few times and she's so sweet. And I rated this book 4 stars. I think the plot of it was really good. It was just like your classic young adult rom-com. And I love it. I accidentally put this in my backpack without my book sleeve and it got all bent. And at least I have it on the back and not the front cover. So I'm not mad at it. But it's really unfortunate. Oh. Next pile. The top book in this pile is one of my least favorite books I've ever read in my entire life. Hate me if you want. This book is so bad. I hate the main girl. She's just annoying. There's no other way to describe her but annoying. The only thing I liked about this book is the random cameos we get of America and Maxton. Because this is the first book in the duology that is like their kid, like Maxton and America's kid. It just wasn't worth it. I don't know why I read it. 2 stars. My Baby, Fearless, 5 stars. I have no words. It is so tabbed. I think I really like the Powerless series. I know it's controversial and some people don't like it, but I really do like it and I really do love Fearless. I really enjoyed this book and it came out the perfect time. And yeah, I have no other words besides the fact that I love this series and I'm so excited to see what Lauren Roberts writes in the future. Next, I read another rom-com. I read The Rulebook by Sarah Adams. I rated this 4 stars, which I think about this book a lot more than I think I do, so it might be like 4.25. It's like 4.25. It's around there. But it's really cute, and for how short it is, it's like... Okay, it's actually longer than I thought it was. Yeah, it's 351 pages. Still, it's pretty tabbed. Like, it's a good book. I very much enjoyed that book. We have the last book in that duology. So this was a 2.5. It was ever so slightly better. Besides the fact, slight spoilers, so skip to here if you don't want to hear any spoilers about this book at all. So she, in fact, ends up with the stupidest person. Was not even a thought as a love interest at all. I think she's talked to this guy maybe twice. And she ended up with him. Yeah, so that's terrible. Okay. That's all I have to say about that book. Next, we have Games Untold, which has so many little short stories. And I just love Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And... the quote I have on here in my review, it literally says she is going to be fine. She is going to kiss Jameson Hawthorne. And Libby said that and I was like, period. Like, Libby knows Avery so much. And yeah, I think this book was really good. Okay, next I read Animal Farm by George Orwell. I read this book for school, but I think it was really well written. And I think the underlying details and plot and just everything about it. I think it's so well written for how short it is. It's such a good book, and I think everyone should read it at least once. I rated it a 3-star because I just personally, it's not my book, but I gave it 3 stars in the fact of it is so incredibly well written. I think everyone should read it. So just because it's not my favorite book ever does not mean it's not good. I think that's kind of what I meant in my review of that. So next we have Lynn Painter's little, I don't even know what genre this technically is, but it's her, I don't even know, it's just her kid book. That's not the right word. I don't know what it is, but I gave it 4.5. It's randomly my step grandpa read this, and it's just sweet and wholesome. And literally after I read this, I literally went, Lynn Painter should write a young adult book of them as teenagers, because I think that would be so cute. And it's like, if you read this as a kid, you can read the other one when you're a teenager. I think that's just so smart, and I would absolutely love to see her do that. Okay guys, sorry, my stepdad needed my tape measure, so. Next is The Battle of Labyrinth. I've turned my iPad back on. This book is my favorite one in the whole series. Like, the stuff that happened in this book is actually, like, criminally insane. And it's like a 4.75, I think. If I keep thinking about it, it'll turn to 5, but it's 4.75 right now. Which on Goodreads it says 4. That's not accurate. Yeah, that's a 4.75. Then we have Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This book, it's interesting, alright. I gave it a 3. There's stuff I like about it, and there's stuff I don't. I didn't connect to the characters. I think that's partly why. But I understand why people like it if they do. So, pretty average book. Then I finished Percy Jackson, and I read The Last Olympian. I rated this book 4 originally, and then I changed it to 4.5. I still think Battle of Labyrinth is my favorite. It honestly, it probably goes Battle of Labyrinth, The Lightning Thief, Last Olympian, Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse. Those two like always flip around. Not because they're bad. I think just because the other ones are so much better. And the only reason Lightning Thief is as high as it is because it's so nostalgic, because I read it so many times. So those are definitely a series I'm gonna read in my life. Okay. Next is Happily Never After by Lynn Painter. This was one of my book club books. And my friend actually, she just went to the Union Square Barnes & Noble in New York and got me a signed copy of this book. So this is my 4th signed Lynn book. And for someone who doesn't like weddings, like at all, not because I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate love. No, that's not why. I just think they're kind of corny and kind of cringe sometimes. And I really enjoyed this book. I think it was really sweet. So do with that what you will. 4 stars. Okay, next we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This is my least favorite Emily Henry book that I've read so far, but it's also 4 stars. And for the least favorite one out of the whole author to be 4 stars says how much I like them as an author. I love Emily Henry. I love all her characters. I think her, just the way she writes a world and because she sets it in a town, so like, but making it feel like you're there and like you're there with the characters, you're experiencing what they're experiencing. She does it so well. So I really enjoyed this book. Okay, the next 2 books I read were the first 2 books in the Heartstopper series. I was with my sister. I went and visited her, and I read the first one, and then I read that on 4th of July in one sitting. I was sitting by the pool, and I literally just binged her whole thing, and I was like, well, I don't have any of the other ones, so I looked up I looked on any illegal, I just looked up how to read Heartstopper 2 for free, and it gave me this website, and guess what? I read the whole thing for free on my iPad in like a sitting. So I read those two. Oh my gosh. I think we all know how I feel about this book. I rated it 5 stars. I never stopped thinking about this series. It changed my life. I need to get another copy of it because I need to bedazzle it. My friend just had me come over to her house and bedazzle stuff. I just want to get these colors so I can just bedazzle this book because it's there's no other words to describe how much I love this series. Like, it's 5 stars without a doubt. Okay, next I read the other Heartstopper book, the third one. Oh, by the way, I rate all of them 3 stars. Not because they're bad. They're literally like 100 to 200 pages long, and they're also graphic novels, so like I can't really get into that. But I've seen the show, and I like the show. But they're just average. They're just 3 stars. Like, there's nothing bad about them. I just don't love them. You know what I mean? So they're all 3 stars. Next, I read Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. Lynn Painter just knows how to write books. Like, there's no other feeling than reading a new Lynn Painter book because she genuinely does it so well. She just knows how to write books, and I've never related to a character other than Bailey and Betting on You like I've related to Danny, because she, number one, has blonde hair and glasses. I beg your pardon. I hope someday I get fan casted as Danny because I will do that. I will be your guys' Danny. Trust. I got y'all. I know I don't have like light blonde hair, but like I still have blonde hair. It's okay. But they just something about like childhood friends to lovers just does it for me, bro. And like Fake Dating too, I was like, ooh, it's so good. It's so good. She just knows how to write that. She just knows. The next 2 books I read were Catching Fire, which of course was 5 stars. I have no other words. I love this series more than anything, and I wish I tabbed them, and I didn't. So I'm gonna reread them this year, and I'm gonna tab them. So, oh look, going on with the trend. 5 stars, Mockingjay. A lot of people don't like this book, and I actually really like this book. It's also really sad, but I love it, so it's fine. Yeah. Next, I read Good Girl, Bad Blood after people telling me to read it for I don't even know how long. Have I read As Good as Dead? No. Will I do that this year? Yeah, I will. And I'll also read Killjoy because I also have that one. And I have 5 Survive and the reappearance of Rachel Price. Have I read any of them? Oh my god, I cannot speak. No, but it's fine. I rated this 4 stars because the last 80 pages... First of all, I read the last 80 pages at, I think, 12 a.m. And when I finished the book, it was 1 a.m. So let's just say I was terrified. And I did not go to sleep till like 2. And I had to watch comforting, nice videos because, ooh, it was something, all right. Okay, next. After it being out for so long and I just didn't read it, I read Watch Me. Oh my god. I don't want to wait till April to read Release Me. This book was so good. I think I just love dystopian. I think that's something I noticed this year. Because a lot of... Obviously, The Hunger Games, like, I rated all on 5 stars and was like, oh, easy. But, like, it's genuinely just so good that I didn't really care. And this book is so good, and I love being back in this world. And Rosabelle, and I think that's how you say it. I really hope I said that right. If not, I'm sorry. And James is like so fine, and I never thought I would say that a day in my life because like I mean, Shatter Me, he's like 10. But like, it was so good. And I loved the chapter pages too, where it said like the character name and then it had the chapter. I just love the way. I also have the special edition. So, really, really happy I got that. Okay, next I read the fourth Heartstopper book. I also rated this 3 stars. Continued series. I pretty much already know the plot because I've watched the show, but I really like it. Next, I read Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. This book, it was so good. It was so just like, it was such a palate cleanser. Like, it was exactly what I needed in that moment. And I'm so happy I did end up reading it because, I don't know, it was really good. And yeah, I'm really happy I picked it up. That's about it. But the characters are amazing and I really want to read Dating and Dragons. Okay, finally I read the 5th Heartstopper book. I also rated that 3 stars, but it was good. I'm excited to watch the Heartstopper movie that's coming out. I have no idea when that's coming out, but hey, I know it is. Okay, next we have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This one I did annotate because I figured out of all of them I wouldn't reread. It would probably be this one, and I would just like want to go reread parts of it. This was 4.5. It was really close. There was like one part of it that was slow, and that's what didn't make it a 5. But I still think about this book a lot. I watched the movie once, and I really, 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 really bad want to rewatch the movie. And so I'm trying to convince my mom to buy the DVD so that I can watch it whenever, because I have all the other ones on DVD. But yeah, I'm so beyond. I just love this world, and I love Lucy Gray. And the movie is so good. Next we have my favorite book of the year, and some of you can probably guess this if you know me in real life because I don't shut up about it ever. And that is Sunrise on the Reaping. So this book emotionally destroyed my soul, and I have no other words besides the fact that this book actually ripped my heart out, and I am so attached to all these characters. And my favorite character in all the Hunger Games books always was Haymitch. It always was. I loved Haymitch. He was so funny, and I wanted to know his backstory. Well, I know it now, but at what cost? This is like a 5-6 star book. Like, I love, I just, yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I'm so excited for the movie to come out. I remember when the teaser dropped. It wasn't even the trailer, it was just the teaser. I was walking my school hallway. I was delivering the attendance to the office because my teacher wasn't there, and I opened my phone in the hallway. I really hope they caught my reaction on those cameras because I was jaw-dropping literally on my phone. Thank God I have my AirPods. I popped those in so fast, and I did watch it in the hallway of my school. Next, I read We Met Like This by Casey West. She actually sent me this as an ARC. This is the first advanced readers copy of a book I got. Like, it is the advanced readers copy. And I just am so grateful that she thought to send me one. I really did enjoy it. I rated it 4 star. I think for her first adult book, it's really good. I think it's really good for writing young adult and only writing about teenagers and then now writing about adults. I think that was really good, and I'm excited to see what she writes next because I need to read Room to Breathe really bad, which is young adult, but like still, I gotta read more by her. Okay, next we read Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter. This was a 4 star. I think reading this in the fall was the best decision I've ever made, and yeah, I think it was just cute. Like, there's no other word to describe this book besides it's really adorable. Another book that I thought wasn't 5, and then it was. Funny Story by Emily Henry was one of my book club books too, and it's so adorable, and Daphne and Miles are my favorite ever. I love them so much, and I am so excited for when their movie gets made, and I hope the cast is good. I just love them. I love this book. I love the plot. I love all the characters. I love every character pretty much, except like 3. But love her. Okay. The next 2 books I read is Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. So Divine Rivals was by far a 5-star. I loved this book so much. I have no words. I wish I would have tabbed them. I didn't, and I regret it so bad. I just read the first 100 pages so fast, and I didn't think I would do that. I actually didn't go to my school's homecoming this year. Well, I haven't been once. I haven't been once, but when everyone was at homecoming, I was reading this book. I was sitting in my beanbag chair pretty much in darkness with my little reading light, reading that book. Next, I read Ruthless Vows. This was 4.25. I still think it was really, really good and really well written. Yeah, I just loved the characters. So, like, I understand. It just didn't give me the 5-star feeling. There was something about it. It was a little slow at, like, a few chapters. And I was like, 4.25. But I still really love it. And I think it wrapped it up really good. Okay. We have one last stack of books. I think this is from part of September on. Oh, it low-key just fell. That's so nice. Okay. Then we have Boysick by Meredith Mincy. This is such an underrated book, and she published it this year, and I'm so proud of her. She also sent me this. She sent me it early. I unfortunately did not read it early. I did read it rather late than everyone else who got theirs, because I read mine in like September, and it came out in May. I was really busy with school and stuff, and I just never ended up picking it up, but I finally did, and it was a 4.5 star. I hate one of the characters with every fiber in my being. I just don't like him, and yeah, it was 4.5 for a debut novel. I think it's really good, and I hope she writes something else for me to read, because I would absolutely love to see it. Next, we read People We Meet on Vacation. Yes. As I am filming this, it is the Monday before the movie comes out, so it technically comes out in like 3-4 days, and I'm so excited. I'm either posting this on Friday or Saturday, so it's either it's either out right now for you guys, or it's, yeah, well, no matter what, when I post this, it's gonna be out. So I'll probably post about it on my Instagram that I watched it, and I'm so excited for the cast. Obviously, I've literally seen like 2 characters. I've literally seen Poppy and Alex, but Emily and Tom, because Tom is in one of my other favorite movies, Ballad of Songbird and Snakes, so I'm gonna love him no matter what, and him being in a rom-com by Emily Henry, sign me up. That was a 4-star, which I think I would actually change, because I think about all her books all the time, so it'd probably be like 4.5 now. I really did enjoy that book. Next, we have The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This was my October book club pick. This is a 3-star. I did enjoy it. I think there was just parts of it that I thought was unnecessary, and I just didn't connect to the characters as much as I wanted to, so 3-star, but I will probably be continuing the series because the palate cleanserness of it, and it did cleanse my palate. Okay. I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This was a 4-star. I had never read or watched any movies, so I've been reading that currently, and this is a 4. I think it was a great start to a big fantasy series. I love all the characters. Ron's my favorite. I love Ron. He's just my king. Then I read Chamber of Secrets. This I also rated 4, but it's not, like, that book is above this one. This is my least favorite out of all the ones I've read so far. I think that like, there was, like, a part, like, right here not all of this obviously, but right here it was just very slow, and it took me a lot longer than I wanted to for how short it was to read. Okay, then we have Prisoner of Azkaban. This was like a 4.25. I really liked The Prisoner of Azkaban, and the movie is so good. And yeah, there's nothing else to say. The movie, The Prisoner of Azkaban movie, is so good. So 4.25. We have another book that I absolutely hated. This book was like a 2-star. It was, I read it so fast, I think because the fact of, I don't know if I was skim reading or not. I don't remember because I don't care. I'm going to read you guys my review of this book. If you think reviews are spoilers, I'm sorry, skip ahead like 20 seconds. I said, bro, why was this a character study when it says, be ready to fall in love? Like, hello, this book was giving nothing, and the pumpkin spice latte was more prominent than the romance. So, if you don't want any more spoilers, like, skip ahead. They don't kiss once. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but when you're saying, get ready to fall in love, like, yeah, I guess that doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to, like, kiss each other, but they're teenagers. And I think they're, like, 16. So I'm like, why? And it just ended so abruptly, and I just did not like it. If you liked it, cool. I did not like it. Then we went from a 2-star to a 5-star. I read Rival Darling. I saw this book on Amazon in like summer of 2024. I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that book looks so cute. And I never bought it. And then I finally got it and I read it. And my friend just bought me Grumpy Darling for my birthday next week. And I don't get it till next week, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read that book, and I just know it's gonna be so amazing. Then I read While We're Young. This one I want to, what did I even just say? That's so embarrassing. Okay, this book, it was a 4-star. It was based off Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I read this in like 2 sittings. I read it in one day because I had literally nothing else to do. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pick up a random book and read it. So I picked up this because I didn't read it from my book club that month because I read like everything else known to man except this book. But I think it was good. I think there was like a character or two I didn't like, and that made it like their POV. I kind of was like, I don't really care. But 4-star, like it was pretty average 4-star. Then I read The Queen of Nothing. I rated this a 4-star. I finally finished this. I literally read The Cruel Prince at the beginning of 2024, and then Wicked King at the end of 2024, and then I read this the end of 2025. Why I read them so far apart, I don't know. I still remember everything about the series. I started this and I did not need to watch a video. I remembered everything. There was only a few character names. I was like, wait, who are you? I had to look up, but other than that, it was completely fine. And what happens in this book is actually like insane, and it made me realize why I like fantasy so much, I guess, in that aspect. So that was the good thing about it. Next, I read The 7-Year Slip. This was also one of my book club books this month from last year. And I rated it a 4-star. I think I just spread it out too much, so I couldn't connect to the characters fully. But when I was in it, I loved it. I loved both the characters. I loved the magical realism part of it. I think that is so cool that someone can think of that. And I think everyone should read this book. I think it is so cool. And I wish it was a 5, but if I keep thinking about it, maybe it'll go higher. But right now it's a 4. But the premise is, it's so cool. Okay. We only have 3 left. Okay. Oh. We have How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. This one also has really cool pictures in it. Like I was saying about Spectacular, I love books like this. And this one was a lot more reading than pictures. And the other one I feel like is more pictures than reading, which is definitely not accurate. But I don't know. This one, it was a 3. Like, there was nothing bad about it. I didn't fully connect to it, I guess, but it was fine. That also just fell off the stack. That's so nice. Okay. This was my December book club pick. I rated it a 2. And my friend didn't think it was that bad. I don't know why. I just didn't connect to them at all. And there were just so many parts of it that annoyed me. And I think I was just rushing to read it because I did not want to read it anymore. So I just made myself hate it. And I psyched myself out. And I don't know. It was a 2. I probably won't ever think about it again. If you need a romance that can cleanse your palate, I would say this could be it. Just be ready that there are parts of it that might annoy you. Okay. And the last book that I read in 2025 was Fearful by Lauren Roberts. A great way to end the year by finishing this series. It was a 4.25. I think the 2 characters we get in this book, it really adds to what happens in Fearless. And I think one of the characters, the way she thought of this character is so cool and so incredibly talented that she can think of that. And I think people don't like her, whatever. I think she's an amazing author. I love her. And I'm so impressed with this book. And I think it's so well written. It is so, like, it's so flat out, but also adding that, like, kind of more lyric-y-ish type writing. So that's it. That's literally every book I read this year. I hope you enjoyed listening to me yap for I don't even know how long. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.